All right, so we are recording this meeting.
Okay, great. All right, well, let me welcome the participants. I see there's a few on the line. My name is Scott McCoy. I'm the mentoring manager for the IDL-SIG, and we're quite excited to have this presentation. And even now that we can record it for people who couldn't make it, they can learn how to use and actually set up mentor accounts and mentee accounts. We think in the IDL-SIG that it would be great to have everybody create a mentor account, mentee account, because then we will have the ability to spread our knowledge and have others spread their knowledge to all of you. And we'll get into that as we go through the presentation. Okay, so let's start off. All right, so mentoring, what is it? And so from our perspective, it's the act of putting some junior person, if you think about this, we're putting maybe someone with some junior person in a company with someone who's more senior. And usually a mentor relationship is based to have that succession come in to place where we're training somebody who can either take over or assist somebody else. And a mentor acts as a guide so that this young person, or an age, we'll find out that age doesn't matter, but a younger person may be able to learn the systems and such in a company, but it actually extends past that, right? Because we as technical communicators and structural designers really can have an ability to mentor in what we know, okay? Now, it's also a willingness of participants to impart knowledge between individuals, and that, of course, works both ways. We're not only as mentors imparting information, but as a mentee, we're accepting that information. So that's something that has to be in place. And as I mentioned here, mentoring is a two-way exchange, one where the mentor even learns from the mentee. So one thing we learned in the conference of summits, when we talk to people about mentoring, they're telling us that not only does the mentee learn, right, but the mentor learns too, because the mentee has knowledge that they can impart on the mentor. So that's one of the good things about this relationship. All right. So what are the characteristics of a mentor-mentee? What do you need to have? And if you're familiar with Brooklyn or any show about Brooklyn, they have this expression to forget about it. Age doesn't matter in a mentor relationship, right? Young can learn from old can learn from young. And you have to be handsome or beautiful to be a mentor? No way. Anybody can mentor. All right, but what is necessary? Okay, so I bring up an example of an investment firm, okay, and in this investment firm, I want to think that it was E.F. Hutton, but not necessarily. They had an internal memo go around the company to teach some people about computers. And what they found was, or what they designated, was that the people to be mentored, and let me get to the next slide here, the knowledge masters were those under 30. Okay, so it probably was several years ago, and they determined, this investment firm determined that the people who would be the mentors were under 30. And the mentees, they were anybody over 50. Okay? So the first thing I thought about, though, was that what about the 40-somethings? Were they neglected? So maybe what happened was some 40-somethings had the knowledge and some didn't, so they would fit into whatever category. But the important thing here is that you don't have to be old to mentor. You can be any age and just have the knowledge. Okay? So as I mentioned, it's not about age, it's not about looks. It's about knowledge. Who has it, who needs it. Okay, are there any questions? Okay, great. Now, from a IDL-SIG mentoring initiative, from our initiative, and in general, the STC, our 503C status is mandated on us serving the community. That's why we have our 503 status. Okay, so there's a need or a benefit for the STC to have us go out and mentor others, because it allows us to prove that we're serving the community. And whether that community be the other members of the IDL-SIG or individuals in the general technical communication population, or engineers that need writing, assistance. Okay, we can do that, and or instruction. Okay, so what does our initiative do though? Is we're assisting in matching mentors and mentees together. And initially, several years ago, when we looked at this, we thought to have our own sites and such, but we found out that the STC helped us out in this because they came up with what's called the mentor board, and we'll go through that. Okay, so, and this mentor board that we'll look at in a minute is a self-sustaining system that's self-promoting and simple to use. Okay, so let's take a look at that. All right. Okay, so as I mentioned, it's called the STC Mentor Board, and we will use it to promote mentoring and also match the mentors up with the mentees. And actually, it's self-driven, so when you go in, you'll actually be able to find individuals who are either able to mentor you or that you'll be willing to mentor. Okay. Now, you as a member of the STC and the IDL SIG, you can be both a mentor and mentee. Okay, as I mentioned before, you can have this. There are individuals that exist who you can mentor, and there are also individuals exist who can mentor you. We've talked about that. Right. So, how do we access the STC Mentor Board? On the Mentor Board homepage, you really can't see it, but it says, it's actually in the line when you come to the STC Mentor Board, it says access the STC Mentor Board. So you click on this link, and it will bring you, and it'll bring you, sorry, my computer decided to do this here. It'll bring you to the page for creating accounts, okay? And you'll notice on this creating accounts, and we're actually I'll let you show this to you. On the creating accounts page, there's a button for Mentor Center, Mentee Center, and Mentor Center, right? So they're diagrammed out here. Okay. So you click on the button, and you come to another page. Now, I already have an account, so there are several buttons here, and there's the Create New button, which is down here, if you don't already have an account. There's a View button where you can view your entry that you put in when you register. There's an Edit button here that if you need to make edits to your profile. And then the reason you would do that is because maybe you got some extra expertise that you want others to know about, at least to know that you can teach it, or maybe you want to change another facet of you move. If you move, you can change your address, for example. And you can also decide to delete your account. Okay? So there's these 4 buttons once you come in. Okay. The first thing you'll come to is when you click on, and I'm doing the view here, there's a Create a Profile section. And in there, you'll have your name and your email account. Now, just to let you know, there's a little note down here that says that your email is not visible to the mentor or the mentee. And this is important because all communications go through the mentor system, the STC mentor system. So don't be afraid. Even if you write back, you'll write back, and all correspondence will go through the STC Mentor Board. So your email will never be visible to those you're communicating with if you worry about security or something like that. Okay, so you've entered your name and you've entered your email account. The next portion of the screen requires the city and the country. Now, this is not to keep track of where you are so much as it is we'll see that when we go into search for mentees or mentors, it'll ask you, do you want to do it for the whole site, or do you want to limit it to a city or country? But for the purposes of the country, it sort of defines that that's the first place you're going to start. They're not going to expand it to, and this is global. So you're not going to be limited to seeing everybody in the world, but it's going to help you out a little bit to say, your country is the United States. You're probably interested in the United States. It also asks you for the state, but that's optional. Okay. You can put your current employer in if you wish. You don't have to. The position, this looks like it is required. This lets everybody know in the mentor board what your position is, so they can track and say, okay, well, yes, I'm interested in finding somebody who's a technical communicator or an instructional designer or some other an information architect. Okay, so they ask for that. They ask you hours available. This is basically just how many hours are you willing to commit to a mentor engagement. I, for example, put 5 hours here. But you can, of course, go back and forth. I've had mentees come back. We've had conversations for weeks on transitioning into the field, for example. And then they ask you for your years of experience. How many years of experience would you consider that you would have in the particular field that you're in? Okay. Any questions? Not yet. Okay, great. Okay.
Looking good.
No, that's not it. We're still going. We're still going. There's more. Okay.
There's more.
And then, you have a question?
No, just saying there's more.
Oh, there's more. Yeah. Okay, the last part of this particular screen, which we'll see, asks if you happen to have a website, a blog link, a LinkedIn profile, an online portfolio. Say you have an e-learning, excuse me. First I was in STC, what do you call it, the competition this morning, so we were yelling back and forth to each other on entries. Online portfolio, okay, so if you have, for example, I went to graduate school and I have an e-portfolio, so I could put that here, or I could put it in my website link, either place. And if you happen to be an individual who's written and had publications, you can put your list of publications in. Okay, so that's pretty nice. And then, of course, you cancel and save this information at the very end. All right, let's go on a little bit here. Okay, now, so let's go in. I'm going to get into the site here. Can I do this? How do I get onto I have to get onto my website here, and can I get the ability to show that? I guess if I can do it in here.
I think you have to share your desktop.
Yeah, or oh, my wife's going. Or if you could actually, can you get on the website from here and show the mentor board? I can lead you to get to it. Which is easier?
Well, one or the other of us will have to show our desktops.
Okay.
Probably
well, I can. Let me get into my. Yeah, let me get into my into the STC site here. All right. So let me do that. How do I share my desktop? Is that?
Stop sharing.
What's that?
The button in the top and the button bar says stop sharing.
Right. Do I want to stop sharing?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And now click the drop arrow and choose my screen.
Okay, hang on. Drop arrow. There's a couple of drop arrows here. Set status.
In the middle of the big box.
Oh, yeah, duh. Oh, it says share my screen. Good. I can do that. Hang on a second.
Yeah, Adobe Connect is friendly, but not all that friendly. So.
Okay, you need to do. Would you like to install? I got to install something. Oh, that's not good. Meanwhile, let me. I'm sorry. I didn't know this was gonna. It wants to download something.
Well, let's try me sharing my screen then, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think so. So I'll cancel this.
Okie dokie. So there's my desktop, and I will open a browser.
Okay, good.
And where am I going?
Okay, stc.org.
Okay. And there I am. And should I log in?
Yeah, it looks like you can log in, right?
Okay, I'm logged in.
Okay, I see that. Okay, great. So we are going to try education.
All
Click on
right.
if it's on the bottom. Is it on the bottom, STC Mentoring Board? Right at the bottom.
Sure.
Says STC. Now, are you a mentor already or a mentee? Have you opened up an
I
account?
have set up. No, I haven't. I have.
Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, you can be our guinea pig.
I'll be the guinea pig.
Okay. Okay. So, right. So we're here. Okay, so now right here, we can't see it. It says to create a mentor or mentee account. You're going to click on that blue and like the second sentence down. It's a small sentence. Says to access the, there you go, right there. You're going to do exactly what we did in the demonstration. Okay,
All
so
righty.
let's put you in as a mentor. So mentor registration.
And
Okay. It's just
this is my real name. This.
use your real name. Your last name. You really don't have to worry about the ones that are. This is the email where you want the correspondence to go to.
All right. And do it again. And don't look at my password.
It should be. It's right. It's encrypted. They're smart. They know that we'd be teaching this.
Yeah. All right. And I've got to say that I read the policy.
Right. And
every now and then I would like to get email. So ready, set, go?
they create new. Okay. All right, so now you'll, what does it say? It says, thank you for registering, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now you can, your email, the email account that's associated with your account.
See if I got the, I have to wait until I receive the email, right?
No, I don't think so. It just asked me to log in, I thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can do.
You can do that, yeah.
And the password.
Right. Okay. Okay, you don't have a fear, that's great. We just basically set up an account for you. So now you're going to create new. So go down to create new. Okay, right.
Okay.
So this doesn't show up on your you can make like the Vicky Dill whatever, you know, that this doesn't show up really for any purpose other than yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And then if you want to put your city in, it looks like it is required.
And I need a U.S.
Yes, ma'am. It's pretty self.
There we go.
Okay.
Oops.
Okay. Current employer is not required.
Not required.
Then, and current position, they do want your title.
Oops.
Okay.
That counts.
Okay. Yeah, spelling. You're a leader. That's good.
And this one's required. And you said
It's basically how many hours are you willing to. Someone we'll see when we access your profile as a mentor. We'll see how many hours you're willing to spend. You know, and I don't know if that's per engagement or per month, but you know. Right, so then, yeah. Okay. And what are your areas of expertise? Now they give you some over here, but you can put one in if you wish. It's not required.
yeah.
And then
not required.
okay, and then are you interested? And they give you 3 or 4 questions here, right? So they're looking to see what type of mentoring engagements you're interested in. Read those, and if you like them.
Right now I'm going to leave those blank. But
okay. Says current position level. What was it say? Current position. It's kind of small, but okay, right. It's probably an expert, right? Okay, well, that's a keyword. Now, keywords is important. Glad we came. I suggest that we put in something like IDL or IDL-SIG, because this will allow you to go into search to find somebody. Now you can put IDL in there. That's good. Level of expertise. See, asking for a level of expertise, but you have to already put that in there. Position. Find out what you're looking for. You missed it.
So can I hit save?
Try. Yeah, I thought we saw an error message though.
Area of expertise. And
area of expertise. Okay, and then summary of. So put something in. I do too. Summary of experience, that big box there. Just put some like you're a established technical communicator. Yeah, you have to type that in. Just,
the other I have to type in? Okay.
Type in.
I'll put something generic.
Yes.
There you go. And
then come down to the summary of experience, experienced technical communicator. You can always come back. We'll come back and show you how to edit it later. So that was in that big box down below. Scroll down a little bit.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, sure.
So the big box right there. Okay. And again, those the rest of the form is for those blogs, websites, and such. Okay, now you can cancel.
Now it likes me. Good deal.
Okay, good. Okay, now you're in. All right, so great. So you're all set up, and again, you can view it, you can edit it, or you can delete it at some point. But don't create new, because now that you've put a profile in, it will wipe out the old one. Okay, so be very careful. More if there's any adjustments, additions to your profile that you want to let others know about, you'll probably want to edit it and not delete it and then recreate it. Okay, so this is good. Now, you're in as a mentor. You can also do this same steps for a mentee. Okay, so you can be both, again, mentor and mentee. So let's now, we're done with this. Now we want to go back to the main site. Let's see what it's set up above here. We want to get back to the place where we can now check
go back to the presentation.
No. You want to stay where you are. That was fine.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So get that back up. I'm trying to get back to the main page of the STC, or the main page of the mentor board here. Okay. So let's see. Yeah.
That one?
This is good. Okay, now, yes. So now click on that mentor board again.
Mm-hmm.
SPC mentor board. Okay. Now, see, your login has changed. Now, because you have a mentor or mentee, now you click on the mentee center. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Click on the mentor. Yeah. No, we're not going to create a new one. But again, this would be the way you create the new one. Do your back button to get back to. Okay, go to mentor center.
Mentor center. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. So now we want to find some mentees. Okay. So why isn't that letting us do that? Oh, that back button again. I don't want to create a new one. I want to search. Yeah, searching. Okay, you caught on to it. Good. So there's now. Okay, so this is where the country comes in, right? You put in the United States, and you put in state, province. So you can limit it to your country, you can limit it to your state, or you can basically hit the search button, and it'll give you every mentee that's available in the system. Okay, so you pick Virginia. Okay, good.
That seems easy enough.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. Okay. Did you hit the search button? Yes, right?
Mm-hmm. And see how I got only people in Virginia now.
Right, and that's basically it. So that's creating a mentor profile. Again, as I mentioned, we can create your mentee profile at some point, and then how to search. Okay, and if you come in as a mentee, if you put your mentee profile, and when you come in to search, you'll have two options. You'll have an ability to search as a mentee or a mentor. and so it's good. All right. So I think that's pretty much it. Let's go back to the presentation.
Okay.
And you may want to click out of this.
And now you can, we'll bring back up your document.
Yeah, please. But I think that's the end of it.
Let's find out.
Yeah. Okay.
There you are.
And then, right. So we did the demonstration for the mentor, and the mentee would be basically the same. Are there any questions? If somebody wants to go through the searching for a mentee, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. And so we asked that everybody in the SIG, we're asking everybody in the SIG to create mentor and mentee accounts and then go out and spread the word. A lot of what I've been involved in is transitioning people. And you'll see on the when you go to search for mentees, if we've gone and looked at some of the individuals, a lot of them are looking for how to transition. They're in some sort of career transition, and they'd like to enter the world of technical communication. All right.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So are there any questions from yourself or from any of the participants? If not, I think that's it.
Okay, well, fantastic. Well, Scott Butler, thank you so much for sharing.
That was great.
Sharing this with us.
Okay,
I'm going
thank
to
you.
stop the recording.